Okay, fellas, this is for the Junior NABF Heavyweight Championship. Went over the rules in the dressing room. Both these trunks are good. I'm gonna let you guys work in here. Have a clean fight, protect at all times. Touch them up, wait for the bell.
Tim, Richard Torrez and Joey Dawejko were promoted to the co-main event when Andres Cortez against Charlie Suarez fell through due to an illness to one of the fighters, and here he is with an opportunity. How does he make the best of this fight against a man who's supposed to test him in Dawejko?
He got to do exactly what he practiced on in training. Got to stay relaxed, stay composed, and use his skill. That's what it's about. You see that lead hand starting to work already for him.
Little bullfighter action from the tank Joey Dawejko. Instead of coming forward, says I can flank him and do different things. Straight left from Richard Torrez Jr. He's very aggressive, high work rate, great cardio. Said the doctors measured my beats per minute at 40. The best they had ever measured was a cyclist going to the Tour de France at 37 beats per minute.
Wow. Well, a big man like that, that's something else. Yeah. Like I told you, he's one of the most conditioned heavyweights I've seen in a very long time. You know, you see this in and out movement right here, and a lot of jousting going on. Southpaw versus orthodox. The lead hands line up on the same side, so you got to create your own lanes, and that's the way he's creating his lanes for those straight left hands and those jabs down to the body.
And get around that guard with good defense there from the tank Joey Dawejko, man, who, yes, he's got 11 losses against the elite heavyweights coming up. Ooh, a headbutt there, but only been stopped 3 times in those 11 losses.
Okay, you're
There's a headbutt.
You all right? You okay? You all right?
I was making sure I wasn't cut.
Are you all right? Okay,
look, there's going to be a ton of head clashes. Both guys lean forward. Both guys like to attack. The lines, the heads line up on the same side anytime they throw their backhand. So there will be some headbutts.
And just to remind you, the day that Richard Torrez Jr. made his pro debut, he was cut. He's also been cut one other time as a professional. And it's because of this situation, Tim, both fighters coming forward.
And they're around the same height as well. But you see both guys going forward. You see that head clash right there as Dawejko, he doesn't take his head off line. He just bull rushes forward because he has his man along the ropes and he's trying to work. But yeah, what Torrez is going to have to do is either he's going to have to stay either tall or drop his level even more, so that way Dawejko will run into the top of his head and he can keep his face clear of cuts.
Well, there's a nice hand right there from Dawejko. Good defensive responsibility from Torrez with the left hand. Kept it at home.
But you see Torrez, he's respecting the skill set. You can feel the difference in there. You know, when you're in there and the guy's in front of you and he's not reacting to your feints. He's in solid positioning. You can tell that he's looking to set you up for a shot. That looping right hand, Torrez was able to see it, but he's going to continue to look for those looping shots over the top of Torrez's straight punches.
Fight is scheduled for 8 rounds in the heavyweight division here in Glendale. Almost 190 more rounds of experience over 43 fights compared to the 25 rounds in 10 fights for Richard Torrez Jr. And that elite work against Stephen Shaw, Jean Kozugutsky, Sergey Kuzmin, Frank Sanchez, Charles Martin, Amir Mansour, getting draws against Rodney Hernandez and Jarrell Miller. He's not fazed by anything he's seeing from Richard Torrez as of yet.
Oh, and that's the reason why. Again, he's being elusive, he's standing his ground. And he's looking for opportunities. He's looking for Torrez, who's doing a good job, again, of evading harm with his footwork and placement with his shots. But he's looking for an opportunity to make a mistake. Once he makes a mistake, he's going to look to fill, again, that hole. Right now, it's kind of hard to time him because, again, the in and out footwork of Torrez, he steps out of range right there, moving to the side, and he's changing up his attack. So it's kind of confusing Dawejko as of right now.
But Dawejko is quite agile for a 244-pound tank.
He is.
That's a nice body shot.
There he is. He cut that exit off. It's a smart thing from him, but it was one shot. He's going to need to put 2s and 3s together. and maybe even punch with Torrez. You know, he's looking to punch as he's punching, but punch with him. Combinations. Something could land.
Well, Torrez not as active as we usually see him.
Because he's respecting what he's seeing.
Like that long overhand left from Dawejko.
But that was smart. Dawejko right there, it was a throwaway right hand, just so he can get him to bag out and move them right towards that left hook. Very smart right there. Intelligent work. Whoa.
Nice combination from Richard Torrez Jr. as Dawejko holds. Next week, we'll see you from the theater to MSG Women's World Championship at welterweight. Sandy Ryan making the third defense of her title against Michaela Mayer in a stacked undercard, just like tonight. Nice quick hand movements there from Richard Torrez. Still not in a rhythm or a groove through two. Oh, nice right hand.
He caught it.
Good defensive parrying there from Torrez, but you see the danger Dawejko poses.
Yeah, he's very explosive. Oh, look at him. He grabbed his he got around him. He's extremely explosive. Got some speed on him.
Making a clean fight, okay? Okay. Back.
Wes Melton, not a big fan of that, Timmy.
Man, look, he got around to a place where he was safe. But Dawejko did what he had to do. That was a good shot
from Torrez, and Dawejko felt it.
You can't turn around.
Look,
Torrez didn't capitalize on that. He kind of fell into what Dawejko was trying to do and going backwards and making a spinning to turning his back on him. Now Torrez is in a groove here at the end of round two.
Very smart approach. Boxing, boxing, boxing.
Inside the Desert Diamond Arena here in Glendale, Arizona. Last time our headliner Jaime Munguia was in this building was in 2023, giving us the fight of the year against Sergey Derevyanchenko. Munguia coming off his loss to Canelo Alvarez, going the distance with one of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. We'll see what he learned from that loss, and he'll have to put all that he learned into effect against Eric Bazignan, the unbeaten Armenian who fights out of Canada.
Look how calm he looks in the back room right there. When you put those wraps on, when I used to put those wraps on, I already knew what was coming next. You know, then I put the gloves on, and I started to get anxious. I started to get happy. He looks happy and calm right now as he's getting wrapped, but man, he knows what's about to happen in the next 30 minutes.
All right, speaking of emotions, what is the sense in Joey Dawejko's corner, Mark?
Well, there was sartorial concerns. Mike Basil, the cut man, uses surgical scissors to cut incisions on Joey Dawejko's pants legs because they were too tight. I know he said before, 244 pounds. He's as light as he's been since 2018, but he needed a little relief there. On the other end, his coach, Bob Kane, his trainer, said, I need my guy to be a little bit busier, let his hands go.
Look at Dawejko trying to show a new wrinkle. He went southpaw now, trying to make an adjustment. I don't know if that's smart.
Why
However,
is it not smart?
You know, again, you get confused. You get confused defensively. You think you're trying to be smart, trying to be clever. You end up setting yourself up to be hit with big shots. And you see right away he didn't have success, and he turns back to orthodox.
A little bit more squared up here too in the third round is Joey Dawejko.
And his instincts are better from the orthodox stance. That's his original stance.
You see the agility of Dawejko, just those quick herky-jerky movements as Torrez is not.
Yeah, but he ain't doing nothing off of him.
I mean, defensively, though, he's making Torrez miss.
Yeah.
And hoping to make him pay eventually.
Yeah. Torrez has already got him figured out. Torrez, again, he's just taking his time and being smart. He doesn't mind going rounds. He needs rounds. He only has 20 rounds. 20 what now?
25.
28 now.
28 now. And this is the guy to give him good rounds, Joey Dawejko. Nice straight left there from Richard Torrez, the Olympic silver medalist for the U.S. in Tokyo. Nice combination now from Torrez.
The work rate is too much. The IQ is too much for him. The southpaw stance is too much for Dawejko.
You see the left eye of Dawejko now starting to mark up.
Yeah. Oh man, now he's ripping up uppercuts. Now he got his range right. Look at that. Just stepped right back outside of range. Did Torrez, but he's starting to get in a little rhythm now. Starting to piece up Dawejko.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell.
Third round fight is scheduled for 8 here in Glendale, Arizona.
Time. Bucks.
Richard Torrez Jr. turned 25 just a couple of weeks after his last fight against Brandon Moore, May 18th. That was a 5th round technical knockout. The longest he's been as a pro is 8 rounds when he stopped Curtis Harper. Plenty of long fights for Joey Dawejko along his career. All 6 of his scheduled 10-rounders have gone the distance. You see now the speed and agility of Richard Torrez Jr. and his accuracy.
That youthfulness.
And now he's got Dawejko going backwards.
Is it a matter of Dawejko being outgunned? He has a smaller heavyweight in front of him, which he should be able to compete against. And Dawejko continues to drop that out because he's getting tired. He's starting to drop the mouthpiece purposely.
And instead of going to get it clean, because it was done intentionally, Wes Melton says, you want to play games? Let's play games with a dirty mouthpiece. After dudes have been sweating and getting knocked out in the same ring.
Look at that.
Okay, here we go. Now Torrez is doing his thing. Mouthpiece out again. And Dawejko does not look good here in the 4th round.
Time out. Time out.
I'm going to take a point.
Over there.
He's purposely dropping the mouthpiece. Purposely.
When they start taking points away, you got to keep it in your mouth. I'm going to take points away. Stay there. Stay there. Ready? Box.
That's a final warning there from Wes Melton for spitting out the mouthpiece. Trying to do Chico Corrales against Jose Luis Castillo.
Well, he's tired. His mouth is open. And he's not biting down on the mouthpiece.
Nice straight left. And that could end up with a broken jaw, even though the cushion of the beard may help him absorb some of these punches.
Does Torrez, to you, does he look like one-dimensional?
No.
That's what I'm telling you. I said we're going to see something different tonight.
He's not predictable at all. He's changing his punch angles. His feet, where he's standing.
Feints. A lot of nuance tonight.
You tell me a big boy can fight. Fans not happy with Dawejko spitting out the mouthpiece, and that's a nice combination from Richard Torrez Jr.
Torrez has already put
nice uppercut. The mouthpiece comes flying out once again. That was a punch, though. Not intentional, but it's not going to end well for Dawejko.
Bite on it. Bite down on it. The mentality of Dawejko has quickly been shifted by the work and the boxing ability of Torrez. He's now become having that opponent mentality. After going 7-1 with 4 knockouts over his last 8 fights, this is the Dawejko that once things get hard will try like he did there with the left hook, but he's got a puncher's chance at this point and not much more. Ooh, here comes Torrez putting himself in harm's way. The mouthpiece comes flying out again. I don't think Dawejko at this point, I don't think he minds. One more point and this fight's over. It's a DQ.
The one with the left uppercut, I could understand. It was punched out of his mouth, but the others, it's looking for time as time comes to an end here. Midway through this fight, round 4. In between rounds, referee Wes Melton was very clear to Joey Dawejko in his corner. He spits the mouthpiece out one more time, and he's going to be disqualified.
That mouthpiece is coming out again because he's already checked out, man. He already on the plane back home.
The question here is, do you want to go out on your shield or do you want to be disqualified?
Oh, he want to be disqualified. He ain't trying to get that knockout. He could have bit down at that mouthpiece a long time ago.
You're holding, don't hold.
Mark your scorecard through 4.
I never had one of these before. 40-34 due to the 4 mouthpiece drops in our last round.
A 10-8 round, 2-point deductions bring it to a 10-7 round. Things are getting rough inside this co-main event here On Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, Bernardo Osuna, the Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley, and Mark Kriegel. The corner, Dawejko, Tim, said, hey, you got to let your hands go. Easier said than done.
This has always been Dawejko's MO. Like I told you, too much offense, too much firepower coming from the younger fighter in Torrez. You know, he has good timing. Yes, got some pop on his shots. He has experience, but he's older now. And he's less active, even more less active than he was early in his career.
And you see the inside work there from Richard Torrez Jr.
But he's being smart. He's been in at the right range and distance. And he's still, again, playing homage to defense. Like, you just don't rush in there. I get it. Yeah, the man is getting along the ropes, but he's using those ropes because he wants to lower him in, because he just wants to be able to load up on a big shot. That's it. And hope and pray. A Hail Mary shot.
And Pacquiao landed on Marquez. We saw one earlier tonight, our punch of the night.
There it is.
But the glove was still there. So you mentioned defensive responsibility from Torrez. Yes, it was a big shot, but it was partially deflected.
Nope, there
that
it is.
One was clean.
And he rolled with it. And again,
that's it.
Over.
Over there.
Just when things were getting good.
I told you. Look, if he don't have a fitted mouthpiece, a professional mouthpiece, even if you have a professional mouthpiece, right, and it's fitted the right way, it's not going to fall out like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Desert Diamond Arena, this bout comes to a conclusion at 2 minutes, 2 seconds of round number 5. The blue corner is disqualified for excessive loss of the mouthpiece. Therefore, your winner, and still junior NABF heavyweight champion, Richard Kiki Torrez Jr.